Good afternoon and welcome to Sunny Beaches. Today is Thursday, April 2nd, 2015. And despite what the calendar might say, today is the first day of spring. It's been a long, hard winter. We got a lot of snow and it stayed cold, so the snow is staying around. But it's pretty warm today. It's the warmest it's been all year. There was nothing like a January thaw this year. So I thought we'd take a look around and take a look at the signs of spring arriving. So there's just a little bit of snow left on the roof over the carport where there are snow blocks to keep them in place. And it looks like we'll be replacing some of those. And you can see the piles of snow around the circle here. They'll be a while in melting. More piles over here. And the firewood this year was on the left. And we, in the fall, got started a little bit with next year's firewood, but we've had to break into that and burn a little bit of it. So, time to start on firewood again. Still have the snowplow on the tractor. And where I plowed back here all winter, we have some grass. It's not even really beginning to turn green yet. Here on the north side of the house, all the snow that comes down off the roof slides down and accumulates here. And depending on how fast it comes off the roof, sometimes it comes straight down. And sometimes it's got some momentum behind it, and that was true this year. So we've got 2 to 3 feet of snow still on the ground here on the north side. So we won't be planting there anytime soon. Johnny's sent us our onion plants from somewhere down south for planting, and well, the outside beds are not ready. Not even close. They had snow on them yesterday. And this is where the garlic will be coming up. Actually, it came up a little in the fall, but I can see one plant there. Hope the glare isn't too bad. So hopefully we'll be seeing some green there soon. And we do have some things going on in the hoop house. This is the first time that we've needed to prop up the end to keep the temperature reasonable inside. I'm not sure if the plants would have minded a little higher temperature, but I did. I've been working in here today. So, we're still learning to get the best use of the greenhouse in terms of getting early harvests. We attempted some lettuce in this area here last fall, and for some reason we got very poor germination. One lettuce plant made it through the winter and has been growing this spring, so maybe we'll get a little lettuce there from an overwintering crop. Really should be able to do better on that, but we're not. And over in here, I've done some trial plantings. About 2 weeks ago, I planted a row of spinach, all 4 feet across here. And there's one spinach plant that seems to have germinated. So I planted that was planted about 2 weeks ago in the middle of March, as was these 4 squares on this side. So just today, again, 2nd of April, I planted another 4-foot row of spinach. See what goes on there. From the planting 2 weeks ago, we've got arugula coming up. Arugula always comes up, and a square foot of pak choi at the far end. Pak choi is something new for us for some reason. I'm not sure. There's also some carrots we tried here and some lettuce. I don't see anything going on with the carrots. There are maybe a couple of lettuce plants. So, and here, one set of squares to the right, we've got a fresh planting of pak choi, arugula, carrots, and lettuce. So we'll keep trying, and eventually we'll probably get something. So what I mentioned, those onions plants that Johnny sent. So we've got 4 square feet of those, 9 to a square, so 4-inch spacing. So far so good. And I went down into the cellar and took the rest of the potatoes from the storage shelf down there, and they have pretty long stems started on them, and I'm not really sure of the right way to do this. Well, I mostly planted potatoes about as deep as I could make the holes, 8 inches or so. But that still leaves some pretty long sprouts above the ground, and we'll have to see how this works. There were a couple that had shorter stems on them, and actually there's a couple of, these are all red potatoes. There's a couple of white potatoes that were barely sprouted at all, so I planted those in a more conventional way. Well, I think that'll do it for today's report. Happy Easter. It's coming up just a couple of days. Bye now.